There's something just wonderful about Vinegar Syndrome's Forgotten Gialli sets. We're now up to volume 8. I never thought we would get here. I'm really glad we have. Can't wait to get the next one announced, and I've not even got through these films yet. We're going to look at Rings of Fear from 1978, starring Fabio Testi, who plays D.I. Gianni Di Salvo. And at the start of this one, they don't pull any punches. You get to see a dead schoolgirl wrapped in plastic and the bloody remains of her body, and it kind of kickstarts this investigation, which leads Inspector Di Salvo to a school of young women where he's going to have to dig deep because something really unsavoury is going on here.
Must have been somebody who's got a pretty developed sense of perversion.
What did he use?
I wish I knew. But he did have the grace to knock her out first.
And that's just the kick into the film, where there are many brutal murders in brutal fashions. You get Fabio Testi looking like some kind of homeless man, pretending to be an inspector as he bumbles around the sets. And incredible WTF moments. There is a moment where this inspector is investigating the case. He's going to chase down a lead. There is a kind of summer house where one of the people he thinks could be involved in this case is living, and he goes there to search it. But instead of searching it, he just decides to have a nap, because that's the best place to do it, and wakes up with the place on fire. But that's not the craziest thing about this film. It goes in such ridiculously fun, over the top and out there moments that I just giggled with glee watching some of these moments. There is a jaw-dropping spectacle of a scene where our inspector takes a suspect and interrogates him on a roller coaster, because this guy just hates roller coasters, and this is how he's scaring the information out of him. And to see it sounds crazy, but to watch it is even more fun. I can't describe how much I enjoyed that sequence. It was ridiculously over the top, but it's the kind of thing I live for in these Giallo films.
You who killed him? Tell me the truth or I'll break.
Now, I would say if you're into Gialli at all, this kind of reminded me to What Have They Done with Solange, which was a kind of serious duck punch of a movie, and I would say that Rings of Fear touches on a similar kind of storyline of sorts, with young girls pushed, cajoled, or jumping into early sexual activity that they may not be ready for. But it's peer pressure and everything that goes along with that. I absolutely adored Rings of Fear. I thought Fabio Testi, as much as he looked as though he was sleepwalking through the film, or like I said, looked like a homeless person, he does bring a certain panache to that role. Think of the kind of dishevelled way that Columbo looked, only gone a little bit further in that way.
Why do you have to steal?
Oh, for fun.
You are a naughty little girl.
In the Giallo realms of things, there are some really interesting side characters that come along in this one. And it does have one of those reveals where you're kind of head scratching going, really? That's where you went? Interesting. I kind of figured out, or I kind of guessed it was going to go that way, but even then, I'm not sure I fully believe that version of it. And it does lose its pace a little bit. It does meander a little bit throughout the film, but I would say the highs make it more than worthwhile to sit through some of those toiling sequences when you get something fun, like that roller coaster interrogation sequence.
Tell me all you know about Angela Russo.
Nothing.
That's enough, Inspector. You have no right to question my staff in this manner. I can only presume that you are under some stress and it has affected your brain.
One of your students has been murdered.
That's going to stick in my memory. There's going to be the resounding thought when I think of Rings of Fear. Fabio Testi sleepwalking through this film, but still managing to make it look kind of cool and interesting in the roller coaster sequence. I can't wait to move on with this series of films to see what's next within this Gialli Volume 8 set. It's Reflections of in Black, which is next. I can't wait to check that one out. This was an absolute blast. hopefully the other two films will live up to this kind of enjoyment level. I will be very happy. I'd love to know your thoughts in Rings of Fear, so let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it. Did you enjoy the roller coaster sequence as much as I did? As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, mandifilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.